everybody! So today, as you can see, is another video. Today we're doing a clown slash skeleton kind of vibe Halloween look. Keeping it glam still. I'm sure you guys already know that, which is why you are here on this channel right here below at the bottom of this little square. So I wanted to do a clown for this year's Halloween series, but I didn't want just to have a clown and keeping it simple. I wanted to see how much I can push myself. I have not practiced this before. I once did a clown about 2.5 years ago, and it was just a basic clown. It wasn't bad. Had a lot of good feedback, but I wanted to push myself a bit more. I hope that you guys think that I have exceeded all expectations. So, shall we get down to it? Oh, do you love my hair like this? I've never had my hair like this. And it actually felt nice. I've only ever had it when I did the clown makeup last time, and I'm actually feeling it. Just wish we had some festivals to go to where I can actually wear this makeup. Where I could actually wear this hairstyle too. Got there in the end, didn't I? Sit back, sit tight, and enjoy the ride. Okay, I'm not really sure what I was doing here, but having a little dance. First, I'm going to start with my eyebrows. I obviously did my eyebrows off camera, and I'm using my NYX glitter glue to set my brows before putting on some iridescent silver glitter. I wanted to give the glitter a bit of an ombre look, so I only put it at the start of the brow and then spreading it over to the middle of the brow. Then I'm using my MAC Painterly paint pot as always, and for the eyes I'm using my Carnival palette. Now this palette is, as I always say, unreal for any look, especially Halloween, because the colours are insane. I'm using a big fluffy brush, and I went in with the colour called Vex. Now this is actually a grey colour in the palette, but for some reason, I reckon it's because of my natural skin pigmentation, it's coming out like a greyish purple, which I'm actually in love with, because it just gives it more of like a dramatic effect and it's not bland and grey. Okay, so I then picked up the colour Persuasion, I'm not sure what happened there, and I put it in the middle of my eyelid and then went back in with the grey Vex to blend it all together, because I didn't want my eyeshadow to be bright. I needed it to be dark and dramatic. Once you've drawn a line with your pencil on your top lash line, take a mini brush and blend the black liner with the black eyeshadow, just to prevent harsh lines. And then what I did, which you can see right here, I blew out the liner to give it a bit of a wing, but without needing to use a liquid liner. And then I set the lashes with some mascara. I'm literally going to tell you the truth. Doing these lines all over my face was so hard, so give yourself as much time as possible. The reason why I used a brown liner, which is actually my eyebrow pencil, is because it rubs off really easily and we're colouring it in black anyway. Once I've done all the lines for the jaw, a little bit on the forehead and the nose, I am strictly putting foundation on the bits where I'm not filling in. And then I dab some white face paint just to brighten up my face a little bit. Now, this bit was so hard as well, probably harder than the face, because I had to keep going in and literally rubbing it off so many times until I got it perfect. And we know that I'm such a perfectionist, I couldn't just let it go. But finally, I got there in the end. Next, I put that same grey eyeshadow on my lower lash line, which is, by the way, I'll repeat again, it's called Vex. And then I drew the clown dot. I don't actually know what these are called, but I drew the clown add-ons, shall we say, on the top of my eyebrow and then from my bottom lash line going down. It doesn't matter if they're not perfect because we're going to shade anyway, as you can see that I started doing that here. With the brush and my black face paint, I'm just shading it, as you can see. And the only place I'm not going into just yet is where the teeth are going to go. And you'll see why in a second. After I'm fully satisfied with shading everything in, I go over it twice just to make the black really stand out. This was quite funny because I actually went inside my nostrils so that no flesh will be seen. I then went to my collar, should we call this a collar? And I did red, silver, black, red, silver, black. And then you'll see at the end of the video, I actually wasn't happy with how it came out. So I changed it, but you'll get to that in a bit. Silly gal, I forgot to line the lines over the brown line. So how many times can I say lines? So I went in with my gel liner from Inglot that I always go on about, and I just line them so it looks more, you know, how it's meant to look. And it looked a bit naked before, but it's, you know, getting there now. Can you see that? Yes. Yes, honey, work it with the liner. This is getting a bit boring for you, isn't it? It is on fast forward or speed up, whatever it's called. But the fun part is coming right up, which is when I'm gonna use this right here, this silver pigment paint, body and face paint, which is the same as I did for the gold skull. Right, now I'm going in and drawing the teeth. So what I should have done is actually do the silver first and then draw the lines after. But sometimes I'm backwards. So I started with the lines, as you can see from here, and then I filled it in with silver after. But then it actually resulted in me having to draw the lines and back on. So whatever way you do it, it honestly doesn't matter. You're going to get the same outcome regardless. This is the part where I'm like, yes, honey, this look is starting to come together so much, and I do get such a buzz. Look, you can see me do a little dance again, because at first I get so paranoid that it's not going to look how I want it to look and how I've planned for it to look on my face. And I get really impatient, so sometimes I jump from one thing to another in no particular order, which I get angry about because I don't trust the process. But you should always trust the process. So when I'm about to do what you're going to see with the lips, I'm gonna, yeah, that one right here, I'm colouring in the inside of my lips just because I feel like it gives it more of a skull kind of look, like a skeleton vibe. Otherwise it's too pretty, and nah, not today, darling. I then finish colouring all of that in and bringing it together, and I am so happy with how it looks. Guess what I'm doing now? The glitter has come. Obviously I couldn't let this look go without glitter. So silver iridescent chunky glitter. This was literally from eBay for maybe about £3 for like 10 grams. I can't even remember. Yeah, really cheap and stunning. Right, this little jester hat thing under my left eye was a massive challenge. I think I rubbed it off about 3 or 4 times before I was finally happy with it. I did cut it out of the video because I would have bored you to death. Was that a pun? Death, Halloween, skeleton? I can get away with that as a pun. I then drew, I keep saying I then, so then, but I drew these lines which were random, but actually they bring the look together so well because it just makes it a bit 3D and brings it to life a little bit before I started shading, as I didn't want the look to look a bit flat. So shading and blending is always key. Isn't it, guys? We've been through this so many times. So yeah, all the harsh lines just blend with black eyeshadow and go, go, go. To zhuzh up my inner corner of the eye, which we all know I love to put shimmer in there, I used the same silver face paint that we used on the teeth and we used on my neck and chest, and I put it just in the corner of my eye to spark it up a bit. Spark, spice, give it a little zhuzh. Dun dun dun! For the absolute grand finale, we are literally smacking glitter all over my hair. Fun to clean up after. Not.
Finally, we're at the end of the road to this tutorial, and I'm only saying finally because this took me 4.5 hours. It has been my most challenging tutorial to date out of all the Halloween looks that I've ever done, because this takes a lot of preciseness. Let's just go with precision. Patience. It takes a lot of patience and a lot of time and accuracy. I mean, to do it on myself has been extremely hard, but if I was to do it on someone else, it'll probably be a lot easier. But don't let it put you off. Just give yourself enough time to do this look. The next video will be my last one for 2020. Sad. But let's get going and start planning for Halloween 2021, because hopefully, literally praying that we'll actually be able to do something and party hard like we always do. Was that a bit cringe? Anyway, this is the final look and I'm obsessed with how it came out. I obviously love glitter and I glam it up every time. So I hope you have thoroughly enjoyed this, and I hope to see you in my next video, which is a little surprise. It's my signature Halloween look for this year. Thank you so much for sticking through right to the very end. See you next time. Bye guys.